Right, let's continue. Now, every computer network understand from this perspective. Like we are beginning from a beginner's concept. Every computer network, it's a channel you've created. Every computer network is a channel you've created with the sole purpose of sharing resources through that channel, whether it being Wi-Fi, whether it being Bluetooth, whether it being cable, whether it being the telcos. They are resources you are sharing through that channel, irrespective of the caliber or the quality or the quantity of the resources. A network is a channel through which medium or resources are passed from one point to the other. Networking, you don't need to memorize definitions, you just need to understand the concept. And the basic concept for you here to understand is a network is just a channel you are passing through resources from one point to the another. So if you are establishing a network, all what you are coming to do is establishing a channel between point A and point B. City A wants to transport resources to City B. There has to be a channel whereby the resources will pass through from City A to City B. In all the concept, network is a channel. Please, any question? Computer network. Our main focus for this training is computer network. And as we can see, most of us have been students before, and some of us are still students. Now, in computer network, in our daily lives, some offices uses connections. So, for example, you enter a certain office, you realize there are 3 computers in the office, but they all can issue a command and it will print a file from one printer. There is a channel. Okay. Another one. You also see that everyone in the room is to a specific network. That is a channel, because each or individual computer, no one is using what different modems. So it says computer A, B, C, D. 4 computers. You realize you go and check the network, maybe let's say Airtel, the name you've given to the Wi-Fi. How are they able to connect in that mode for them to share a common resources through the channel? Note, the connection they've created is a channel, and what they are sharing is a resource they are sharing in that room. Now, when you enter an office and they've all connected to a Wi-Fi, they've created a channel, they are sharing a resource called data packets. Now, when you enter an office connected with 2, 3 computers, but they are all sharing a particular printer, they've created a channel sharing a file resource to each channel and what it takes through it. Now, a computer network. This consists of collection of computers, printers, other equipment that is connected together so that they can communicate with each other. We can see so many lot of computer networks around. You can see the wide area network, whereby it includes very wide number of devices. We also have the local one, those ones in various offices and schools. We have the WLAN, that's the wireless local area network. In universities or in big organizations, they are using cable network, but you realize in some aspect of the organization, they are using Wi-Fi. Meanwhile, it's the same network. That's wireless local area network. Sometimes you realize there is a jam in a network. It's because you've created a channel. So let's take our first scenario. City A and City B wants to do trading. Now, there is a vacuum between these cities. Nothing is connecting them. So we've decided to create a channel for them whereby the resources will pass through. Now, remember, as more resources passes through or as the demand become higher, there will be a stuck in the channel. So let's take like traffic. So City A wants tomatoes in the morning, wants pepper, wants this, wants this. The same channel, a lot of things will be passing through at the same time, thereby causing jam or traffic. Computer network, the basic understanding you are to get is a channel you are creating to pass resources inside, irrespective of the resource you want to pass through. It can be anything. When you connect your device to a Bluetooth, you want to share something, maybe a photo. You've created a channel between your laptop and your phone for the picture or the photo to pass through to your phone. Now, you have a headset. You want to listen to music. When you connect it, you've created a channel. What you are trying to do is, now you want to actually listen to the music. The music is being played on let's say your laptop or your phone, but you want to hear the data resources of a sound. You need a channel whereby this sound will pass through. You realize the moment you connect your headset, you start hearing this sound. It means you've created a channel whereby these sound resources are passing through to your ears. So you've created a channel from your laptop to your ears. This is the whole concept of networking. Please, any question? Raymond, can you hear me now? I think you should check your speaker because I think most of your colleagues can hear. Check your speaker, please. Okay, let's continue. Doris, can you hear now?
Yes, please. I can hear.
Okay. Raymond, please check your speaker because most of your colleagues can hear. Okay, let's continue. We are first taking the school system of a network. Our first scenario. Note, everything we are beginning today will be applied in our practical session. At the end of the day, I'll introduce you to a software. You get it download on your devices. Then you can start anywhere you are. You can design your own network. Please take note of these things. These are the things, or these are the hardware we are going to use to design a network. But you need to understand how it works before you can apply it. You can't just connect a modem to your computer let's say a router to your computer, it has to pass through some security and processes. Please take note of all these before our practical session starts. Now we are taking, the first structure we are taking is that of a computer local area network. What do we mean by local area network? Now, you are in a school. So, very basic example, when these high schools, junior high schools, primary, they have these ICT labs. When you enter, you see the network cables. They are all being connected. We connect this to this, to this, to this. So you see there are about 30 computers in a room, but they are all actually connected to one network. That's an example of local area network. When you also enter an office, you have 2, 3, 4 computers. They are connected to a particular network. Take note, when we say a network or computer network, it doesn't actually say, or it doesn't automatically say a Wi-Fi or let's say mobile data network. No. When we say a network, a computer network is very general. It can be a form of communication such as sharing of files, printing, and a whole lot. So please, when you hear this, open your mind and don't limit it to the Wi-Fi aspect or the network or the mobile data aspect. It's very broad. Now, what you are seeing on my screen here is a network in an organization. Now, this is how they've set up their network. They have a modem, that's a router. They have a server here. Everything here. So here we have access to internet content resources, a whole lot. Okay, so someone says, or Eva says I should come again. So this is what I'm saying. When you hear a computer network, try and broaden your mind and ask for details of that computer network. Don't automatically assume computer network is the Wi-Fi and the mobile data. We have a whole lot of network you can create, such as file sharing network, music sharing, communication sharing, a whole lot. So you ask for the detail of the network. Maybe someone says design a network. You ask for the detail of the network you are going to build so that you know your approach. Please, you get it. Right. Now, as I was saying, this diagram. Okay, sure. This diagram is from a university or a school system. Now, we can say that this diagram is actually depicting a university that's actually giving a network in terms of data you can use to browse the internet and a whole lot. They have a main source of this network whereby the user computers will access from, other computers will access from. We have a server there. Then we have something also called filtering and firewall service. We have cache proximity. Now, this is how most universities does. They actually, most of them have a centralized point, an administrative point, whereby they have a computing point. At this point, they have a server there, which is going to serve all the clients. In computer network, take note of these two terms. We have clients and servers. Now, the clients are the normal users who are tapping resources from a main server. The server is the main boss somewhere distributing these resources. So the server, let's say, a hard disk, the hard disk somewhere, so you go to the hard disk, it has a whole lot of files. So you go to the hard disk, you say, okay, hard disk, I want, give me the name of this student, then it gives to you, then you go. This one will come, give me the financial services of this student, it will come. So it's a main device somewhere that actually serving these normal users. Those are the clients. So know the difference between a client and a server. Now, the server is set up at a very remote area where only administrators have access to it, because the server contains very confidential information and only limited access are given to users, or only those authorized can access the server. Now, the client. For example, you go to a bank. In banking system, they have a main server somewhere. Now, the client, you see them, the people you see them doing withdrawals, doing these transactions, they are all tapping from a main server somewhere. And everyone is given a limited access or what he or she can do. That is a network. So this one can also be referred as a bank server or a bank network system, whereby we have a main server there where the clients, so you go to teller one, you go, you want to withdraw this amount, this, that. Teller one will just do the operations, then withdraw, give you your money. Teller one has access to a server, the server, but his or her access is limited to only a specific function. He or she is a client. Yes, Alexander, you can, the session is being recorded, so you can watch. Don't worry if your network is worrying you. Right, let's continue. So the clients are the people that are accessing, you see them, the normal users. Now they are accessing from a main source whereby only limited permissions are granted. So for a banking sector, let's say when you enter a banking hall, the banking network, this is how most of them does it. Teller 1, teller 2, teller 3. Now, maybe, so sometimes you see teller 1 and 2 are doing withdrawals. Then maybe teller 4 are doing, let's say Western Union or something. Each of them is accessing resource, yes. But teller 1 and 2 have been given access to the server to perform only transactions like withdrawals. So teller 2 is solely for account creating. There is no way teller 3 can come and withdraw on his or her own computer, can withdraw money, because he or she is a client, and clients have restricted access to the main server. Now, the main server, the one overlooking the main server, controls all the processes there. The main server defines the operations of each client. So the main server knows that client AB access to this server would only trigger a request of withdrawal. This is their network. Please, any question? Right, let's continue. We just explained the client-server network, and it's where, in simple terms, it's where we have a main server somewhere, then limited access are being given to clients to actually access resources from the server. That one is a client-server network. Now, the next one we are going to look at is a peer-to-peer network. Peer-to-peer network. Please, any question before we move to the peer-to-peer networks? Now, in peer-to-peer networks, okay, someone talking. Okay, sure, Amos. In peer-to-peer networks, is generally everyone access anything. We don't have a main server. No one controls anything. So in peer-to-peer, it's very simple. So let's say you are 4 guys in a room or a team of 5. You've connected a network. Everyone can access any file anytime. Unlike the client server where you have limited access and you have a defined resource to fetch. In peer-to-peer networks, everyone can just access any document. So 4 people set up in a room. Now we've created our network. Now I need to fetch a file, a Word document from Ahmed's computer. I'll just go and fetch it. This one need to fetch something, you just go. You don't need any permission. So that network is called peer-to-peer, whereby the security is not necessary or restricted access is not necessary. Everyone has equal right, equal access to every resources. That type of networking is called peer-to-peer networking. So let's say, in fact, in our offices, and in an office whereby they are all sharing a common printer. So here, the printer is the resource. Now they've created a channel from each computer to the printer. When I want to print something, I will pass my file to the channel, to the printer, and the printer will bring it out for me. Here, everyone have equal access. Whenever I want to print, I just click on the print button. I don't need any special permission from anyone. I'll just print it. The same way A can print is the same way B, C, and D can also print it. That's peer-to-peer network. Please, any question?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Please, with the peer-to-peer, do they use switches or the computers they are linked to each other?
Do they use, come again?
Switches.
No, no. In peer-to-peer, what they normally do is peer-to-peers are mostly linked with printers in offices. So in an office, maybe we want, because of the office space or maybe some reason, we are using one printer. So you just issue command, you print. So peer-to-peer is like a free move, it's a channel we've created for free movement of files and resources to ourselves. Do you get it?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Anyone?
So,
Yeah.
with a peer-to-peer, let's say for instance, I want to send a message to maybe computers monitor C. Would
Okay.
I have to send it through monitor B before it gets to C, or when I send a message to monitor C, would everybody, the other monitors, would they have it? I mean, the other computers, would they receive that? Would they receive the message, or I can send it directly to computer C?
Okay. In peer-to-peer, you can send it directly to computer C. In peer-to-peer, we will get to the types of arrangement of network. We will get to the star, the ring. We'll get to it. But in peer-to-peer, you can send to anyone anytime. You don't. It doesn't need to pass through this and pass through that. Please do get it. We will get to the types or arrangement. I understand what you are trying to say. So this one wants to send a file to here. Will it have to pass here, pass here, pass? No. We have different types of arrangement in peer-to-peer. So this is a type of network I'm explaining. In the arrangement, we will do more with the arrangement. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone? Right. So there's a diagram of the server client system. Server client system in schools, in banks. So this will be the teller 1, teller 2, teller 3. Then maybe registration, something. Yeah, we have a very secret room somewhere where only authorized people can only enter. So that's here. This is the server client network type. Right, our session is going to end. I'll generate a new link in your Slack channel. Kindly rejoin quickly, then we move on. Thank you.